How's it going? It's Edgar with Cybersecurity Global, and in this video we're going to go over the only 7 CompTIA certifications that you should actually care about or think about pursuing. First up, we have the CompTIA A Plus. This is an entry-level certification that shows you the basics of a computer, how to take it apart, all the hardware, and how to navigate the user interface. If you grew up around computers or taking things apart, you could probably pass this test drunk. If you're new to computers and information technology, then you might have to work a bit harder to pass this test, but it's still a good certification to have just because it covers all the basics of computers. And with this certification, you would be qualified for an entry-level help desk position, which is something that you could use to start racking up experience while you work on more certifications. Next up, we have the Network Plus. So the Network Plus covers everything that has to do with networking at a very high level. So it's a vendor neutral certification. So it's not going to be going in the weeds of Cisco routers and switches or Juniper equipment. It's going to go over the basics of how the internet works, TCP/IP, your layer 4 ports, just understanding how data flows. This would get you an entry-level NOC position, which is just above a help desk position, and it's also a solid certification when it comes to just building that network foundation, especially if you want to pursue a Cisco certification down the line. It's something that you want to look into. Next up, we have the Security Plus. So the Security Plus is another foundational certification that focuses on security. So you're going to learn what encryption is, Wi-Fi standards, Diffie-Hellman, key exchanges, all that jazz. And this is, honestly, these first 3 are something that every IT professional should have, just because it sets that solid foundation. The Security Plus would get you an entry-level security analyst position, which would pay a lot better than an entry-level help desk position or an entry-level NOC position. But security is part of most networking jobs nowadays. So if you're a network engineer, you're probably going to be configuring firewalls, setting up VPNs, encrypting Wi-Fi. So it's just one of those that you probably should get if you're looking into having a career in IT. Next up, we have the Linux Plus. So this one is if you know that you're going to be working with Linux on a daily basis. It's something that you want to get, or if you're already a Linux user that knows how to use Linux with one hand and their eyes blindfolded, then you would want to pursue the certification. It doesn't get very detailed in terms of like what the Red Hat certifications would get, but it does show you how to use Linux and be a Linux admin. So maybe you're the sysadmin for a small business, or you're the only IT person for a small business, then you could get the Linux Plus to learn how to set up a file server and just how to keep all the corporate proprietary information secure and accessible to the rest of the network if you don't want to pay for Windows Active Directory. And then next up, we have the CompTIA CYSA Plus. So this one is a bit of a newer certification. It was released a few years ago, and it covers what's known as the blue side of cybersecurity. So blue side means that you're defending, right? So this is the security analysts, the security architects. These are the people that work at companies, and their whole job is making sure that everything is secure and that no attackers are able to get through the network. It's one of the more difficult certifications that CompTIA has, next to the Pentest Plus. Honestly, both of those were the most difficult certifications that I've taken from CompTIA. They were up there with a Cisco test, So if you're interested in being a security analyst, or if the Security Plus isn't doing what it needs for you in the job market to get that entry level security analyst role, then the CYSA Plus would be a good option for you. Next up, we have the Pentest Plus. This was released around the same time as the CYSA Plus, and this is for the what's known as the red team, or the offensive team in cybersecurity. So this is your hackers, your script kiddies. These are the people trying to find vulnerabilities or hack into systems. If you're a security analyst, there is a good chance that you could be doing some pen test work. Or if you're already in a company that has pen test positions available, then this certification would be something that you would look into getting. And finally, we have the CompTIA Project Plus. So the Project Plus, it's not very difficult. Honestly, anyone could get it. But this is the last certification that is actually worth anything from CompTIA if you want to advance your career. This one would be more if you want to be on the project management side, or like I said, if you're maybe the only IT person at a company and you need a way to communicate with management. This certification would give you a means to track your work and communicate it to other people effectively, as well as staying organized. So that's it. These are the only 7 certifications that you should really care about from CompTIA. If anyone tells you to get any other certifications like the IT fundamentals or the CASP Plus, they're probably just trying to get you to buy their course or sell you something. But honestly, looking over the other ones, they don't provide much value, and your time would be better spent going for some higher tier certifications like Cisco certs or your CH, just something more technical. But yeah, those are the basics when it comes to CompTIA. Like and share this video if you found value in it, and keep an eye out for the next one.